code words that have been used to define the problems of the city. They've been simplified to say urban issues, urban crime. Crime is crime. It expands. People who've lived in the suburbs now have come to see that crime doesn't stay confined. It goes to its least defended areas. I was so impressed with hearing him say what he was saying in terms of what needs to take place in terms of our cities. They need to be rebuilt from inside out. The metropolitan area approach is one that says that the cities should be the backbone, as he described it, of what's to take place, that you build from within out. Nothing grows from outside. Everything expands. It grows from what you put into it, even if you bake a cake or make a pie. Urban policy means education, transportation, health, the full panoply of what this confined space needs for its expansion. In my city of Richmond, we're not suffering from lack of roads, we're suffering from lack of public transportation, mass transportation. Even light rail could be contemplated to move people back and forth. That's going to necessarily have to take place if we're going to be talking about an energy solution as well as an alternative to fuel. I put $150 million line of credit there to build new schools. Where? In the city. To build affordable housing around by getting the support of the business community with an affordable housing trust fund established at the state levels that says to businesses like Philip Morris or Midwest Vaco, they want their workers to have access to be in the areas. Retails then, businesses, would be around the schools, would be around these neighborhood areas. So you'd be revitalizing neighborhoods, not just core cities, not just the middle of the cities, but the entire area within itself. Once you're designated as one of the most dangerous places to live, people are going to say, well, wait a minute, first of all, we don't want to send our kids to school. Secondly, we're not going to locate our businesses there. And more importantly, we're not going to live there either. And if we can find some other place to go to live, we'll do that. So you got to look to see what were these reasons that this designation came about. And it came about because we didn't have the neighborhood and the people believing that the police would be friends and that they could work with a police force. Consequently, I was fortunate enough to get a police chief, Rodney Monroe, who came in and established what is called sector policing. That is, each part of the city had its own group of officers assigned to it on a regular, permanent basis. They were there for good times and bad times. It got so that the people would know who the police were, the police would know who the people were. Franklin Roosevelt, if you look back, was that president who recognized the need for improving our system, our cities, our roads, our streets, our sewer lines, the WPA projects that he started, putting people to work, recognizing what needed to have taken place in housing. If you take that and then leapfrog it over to Lyndon Johnson, one of the greatest domestic programs that he undertook was to reestablish a rebuilding. He called it the Great Society, but it really was bringing back more involvement of the cities. Since Lyndon Johnson, not as much has happened as should be. That's why this new day envisioned by Obama is so great.